So we have got to talk about Kirk Franklin's leaked audio of him going the complete off to his son. And let me tell you, if you don't know the King of Reeds, you about to know him now. Now you know the King of Reeds is not no Christian. Y'all know I'm very much an atheist. So that means that all gloves are off when I'm talking about it. So if you one of them folks that don't like me to talk about it, I need you to put your phone down. If you are Christian, they can take some criticism on Christianity, then we're here for it. On the black church, I'm here for it. But I'm warning you now. Go ahead and give you a little warning because I'm about to drag it. I am about to drag it. So let's drag it. So there was a leaked audio of Kirk Franklin cursing his son out, girl. It was terrible. Like, girl, his son name is Kirian Rashad. And his son is handsome. His son is handsome. But honestly, his son gives me a type of energy. I'm gonna talk about that later. But in this audio, it seems as though Kirk Franklin and his son are having a disagreement or whatever, and they're going at it. And Kirk Franklin is cursing him out like bad. I'm talking about cursing him out bad. And, you know, people started to react to it. They was just like, okay, oh my gosh, like, why would you talk to your child like that? There were some people who saying, girl, y'all act like y'all ain't never been cussed out by your mama, and y'all daddy, like, you know, da-da-da-da. Like, I can't really say if I've been cursed out like that by my mother and father. Like, when folks be making jokes about their parents being abusive, like, you know how folks be doing them in skits, like hollering at their kids and doing stuff that's like folks be laughing, which is really just triggering, and y'all find laughter and joy out of it. It is really trash. It's really trash. Like, folks, you have people overwhelmingly like supporting like Kirk Franklin and saying, girl, for one, the son should have never leaked the audio. The audio should have never been recorded or whatever, Shouldn't have, like, that's family business. That shit is what is hurting us in our communities. This notion that whatever happens in our family stays in our family. Because we have to keep this image up of that we are perfect family. When there's no perfect, nothing exists. That's why that's why I be confused with why every time these Christians do something and it's like, I'm not perfect. But y'all want to be perfect under Christ, and it's just not possible. So you reinforce that every time y'all have these things that y'all try to live up to. Y'all are not these people. Kirk Franklin is not no perfect person. Like, him being a Christian, performing music and all that doesn't mean that he's a perfect person. He is a toxic person. That was toxic for him to talk to his child like that. Nobody should be making you that upset. Nobody. I got upset with some stuff and I reprimanded myself for it, but nobody should be having you, especially like a child. Like, that's your child at the end of the day. There is no reason for you to be talking to your children like that. And for folks who say, my mama talked to me like that, turned out fine. Did you turn out fine? Or are you just surviving? Because I seem to think, I believe in the idea and the theory of the frog being in the hot pot of water. You don't realize it's hot. Like, if you've been in it so long, it's like if you coming in your house and you done got used to the smell. You're so used to it that you'll think this is normal. We think working 40 hours a week, sometimes working 2 or 3 jobs is the normal to survive, when that shit is killing us. It shouldn't be normal. Slavery is normal at one point. It still is a little bit, period. So this idea that, oh, that's normal for a child, like a parent to talk to their child like when they mess up like this, that's not healthy. That's why I'm not interested in having no kids, because I don't think I got to the point where I can bring up my child in a better home than I was. And that's not to drag my parents. It's just like, I recognize some things that were done to me that I don't want to do to no child. I don't want no child to experience some of the stuff that I experienced. And that's not a bad thing. Like, but it's just recognizing, like, hey, girl, I don't think I've gotten to my full potential to be able to bring another life in here and make sure that they're getting everything that they need. Because I can't be upset that my child decides to, well, like, sis, this gender that you assigned me at birth is not what I agree with. I don't want to be upset if my child comes out and says they're queer. Like, that's what happened with me. My parents were upset and depressed because I was attracted to the same sex. So I don't want to do that to no other children. So parents have to, like, there's some time, shout out to my guy, Justin Henry on Twitter. There are some times that you have to just drag your parents. You have to drag your parents and let them know you have to set boundaries. Because should no parent be talking to their children like this at all? Like, and I recognize the closer I got to financial independence, the closer, like, I had my own. Because that's one of the things that our parents always do, make sure, when you get your own, you can do that in your own house, you can do that in your own house, you can do that in your own house. You hear that reinforced. Reinforced. You can do that. You're not in my house. You're not in my house. So now I got my own shit. I ain't interested in being in your house no more because you told me. So now that I got what you told me to get, now I'm out here. Now it's like, oh, you sassing. I'm talking to you, Kermit. Now it's you sassing. But this is the energy that you gave me. This is the energy that you need to have your own. So you were really putting this idea in capitalism and not just me having ownership of my own self. That I have to prove myself, I need to get my own stuff, I need to be out here busting my butt and da-da-da. And everybody don't get to that. So does that mean that only people who have their own and have homes and cars and all this other stuff and pay their bills should get respect? And I wonder what you got that, where you got that idea from. That I don't amount to anything until I have these physical things. But I should be human first, period. Doesn't matter if I don't have a home. That's how we get into the idea of disrespecting folks who are houseless, who are experiencing, homelessness. That's how we get to that, because these people don't mean anything because they ain't got nothing. We have to do better. Sometimes you got to let your parents know, this ain't it. You ain't gonna be disrespecting me like this. Like, I won't take this. And in that moment, Kirk Franklin disrespected his son. I don't care what his son did. That is your child. If he talking to you crazy or whatever, say, hey girl, I ain't giving that. Shut it down, move on. But to respond like that and go off, it's trash. Like, to respond like that and go off at your child got to rise out of you. And somebody brought up a good point. That if you got upset, like, this ain't the first time you done this. And then when Kirk Franklin came and did an apology, it was an apology to his brand to protect his image, because that was the only thing that he felt bad about, because his image was gone. Not the idea that he hurt his son, and let's rectify that. That's why I don't take Christians serious. That's why I don't take none of them serious, because it's a bunch of bullshit, to be honest. Y'all ain't perfect. Y'all want to subscribe to being perfect, but you'll never get there. This is not a perfect world. And I was seeing a tweet earlier today where somebody said, girl, if I stimmy or no stimmy, God got me. No, he don't, girl. No, he don't. And I hate to say it right now. I hope some of y'all are offended right now by this, because no, he don't. If you think that this is okay, if you think folks living on the streets and folks being evicted out of houses and all this is okay, and this person has control, and this entity has control, there's something wrong with you. If you think this is okay. If you think this is okay, there is something seriously wrong, and you might want to recalibrate, because I don't want to live in a world where something is making me suffer to be closer to something. That is the stupidest shit ever. It is the stupidest shit ever. And if you can't recalibrate, you need to recalibrate your mind on that, and maybe it'll make you think like, hey girl, like sis, maybe it'll make you work towards a better world. Expecting this entity to make it a better world for us, because they're not going to do that. It ain't got you. There's some folks who the STEMI ain't doing nothing for. It's a cute couple of thousand or whatever for some folks, but it's not enough to get them out of poverty. And I'm going to talk about that. So I end this point on Kirk Franklin to say that Kirk Franklin was more interested in protecting his brand and his image than trying to get some type of, relationship with his child. And don't get me wrong, I don't believe that Kirk Franklin, if he's feeling disrespected by his son and all that, his son ain't doing what he's supposed to do, I don't think he had that in a relationship. But you need to understand, this is where I put the earnest on parents. Y'all bring these children in this world. They didn't ask to be here. So, because I think this illusion, I want a child, I just want to grow up and do all these things, and it's just like, this is when the love comes in. Because this is where the love comes in, not when they're a child, a baby, and they don't have much to say, you just caring for them. This is where the love taps in and takes over. When even in that moment, you still recognize that I brought this child in this world, I'm going to do whatever I need to do to rectify this. That's the love. It's when they're doing something you don't like, is when the love is real. Not when they're doing something that you do like. Period. Because these children asked to be here. And I ain't trying to have no child have that power over me, because I ain't bringing another thing in here. Period. I might get these little clownfish. That's all I got for y'all. And I'm gonna give y'all the 2 pellets and call it a day. But that's my thing on Kirk Franklin. I'm interested. I know y'all gonna sound out. I know I'll piss some of y'all off. I promise y'all gonna be fine. But that's my thoughts on that. Let's move on to talk about these stimulus checks. Girl, this COVID relief package, the stimulus is shimmying all of these accounts, and I'm happy for it. I'm happy. That was what I voted for. I voted for $2,000. But y'all played me, and AOC dropped a T that some conservative Democrats didn't believe that we should get $2,000. Them $600 would have made a difference in a lot of folks' lives. And then $2,000-$3,000 per month for a lot of these households would have made even better. So I'm seeing several conversations about the COVID relief bill that it is crumbs. It is definitely crumbs. It is definitely crumbs. Y'all deserve way more than that. For anybody that's making under $50,000 a year before taxes, you deserve way better than that. And I want to be the first to tell you that we need to be holding these folks accountable in whatever way you think is possible. But we cannot continue to survive off of crumbs. I'm happy that folks are out here getting $1,400, $14 per child, and getting tax earn credit. And I hope it does become a permanent thing, but there needs to be more. This is the biggest package ever, I think the last 50 or 60 years. And I'm seeing the conversation, I'm seeing it online that, what am I seeing? That the Democrats are going to lose the House and probably the Senate because it just wasn't enough and and that this package is trash. I'm just like, I think people on Twitter need to realize, and somebody might need to crop in and put this on Twitter. I think people on Twitter need to realize that you are creating a space that on social media, on Twitter, that everybody has the same mindset as you, and you seem to think that everybody in your circle who's retweeting and interacting with folks who have these similar things, that is the whole world, and it's just not true. That's the whole United States. These folks are loving this package. People are out here loving the package. They out here, yes, God, girl, I want it. Biden bucks, all these coins, Joe Biden cash, call it whatever, Kamala coin, call it whatever, like, girl. So it is our job to have a conversation with these folks and to tell them that it could be better. Like, it could be better. So to tell folks like, oh, this ain't doing nothing, it ain't nothing, these folks feel this. So say what you want to say, it is crumbs. But if you want to reach these folks' mind, you got to do a better job than saying it ain't shit, because they ain't gonna feel like it. I'm just seeing several conversations. I'm just like, the stuff that I'm seeing online is not the same thing I'm seeing offline from everyday people. Like even when it comes to vaccine distribution, when it comes to all the stuff like the pandemic being under control, people are feeling that things are getting better. Even if you look at the polls. So we got to come up with a better messaging to be able to reiterate that things can be better. Although things are improving, what does it say when this is over here going on in Syria, this is going on over here, and we are here spending millions and billions and trillions of dollars maintaining imperialism across these what's the name, when this money can be going towards the people? We got to find a better way to communicate this, because these folks who are not out here following these radicals and stuff on social media ain't seeing these conversations, and they ain't interested in some of the stuff. So I don't know. Like, it's a lot, girl. I've been doing a lot of thinking. It was a lot going on, because I was like, girl, folks like, well, the Democrats gonna lose the House. If they were gonna lose it, they were gonna lose it regardless if this package passed or not. Or it might just happen anyway, because it always happens. But I do think the Democrats do have a good job of maintaining the House and the Senate if they can do a good job of promoting this bill and how it is helping everybody. I think the Republicans are definitely gonna push that this has been a big bill, pushing us in debt, That's why they need to be raising taxes. I'm interested in taxes being raised on the rich, period. That's what I want to see. Make it happen. Don't do away with use the filibuster, do what you need to do, because y'all might lose it. So y'all got all this power, you might as well make it happen. Because I ain't interested in like the tax cuts that was given the last couple of years for the rich. That shit didn't do nothing for working class folks. That shit did a lot for big business and rich folks. I ain't interested in that. Raise these taxes on these folks. I don't care what they talking about, the economy and stuff. Raise these taxes. Folks deserve checks. Folks deserve money. They need help. Period. That's what needs to be going on. So yeah, girl, it's gonna be interesting seeing when the midterms come what's gonna be next. But I think if the Democrats do a good job of promoting this bill and how it's been helpful and impactful. I think they have a good job of maintaining or getting more. I do think this, the crisis that's going on, even though y'all don't want to call it a crisis at the border, girl, she's doing a lot. So y'all might want to, the Republicans going to be using them as some talking points with all the stuff that's going on at the border. But it's interesting because you had Joe Biden and Kamala Harris saying they're going to do a better job than the previous administration with kids in cages and all that other stuff. Yeah, it sounded real good when y'all were saying the messaging. But for America to exist, for this country to exist, y'all have to put kids in cages. Y'all have to. Like under a Republican administration or a Democratic administration, it's just gonna happen. That's just all it is. So girl, that's how I feel on that. Yeah, so girl, got y'all a political corner. You know, that it is what it is. So I want to talk about Sharon Osbourne, child. The talk has taken a hiatus because they try and get Miss Osbourne together because the folks is ready to eat her ass up. I am ready for her to be ate up. And honestly, I think she should be fired at this point. I think Sharon Osbourne should be fired. She should be terminated, period. Had there been a black woman going off on a white woman, she would have been fired that same day and they would have been re-recording. They would have been recording another episode. She needs to be fired. That woman went off and she went off and she weaponized her tears and all of these things against Sherryl. Like, I just like, no ma'am. No ma'am. Like, since you out here going off on something, like, I'm telling you what I'm experiencing, this is what, like, I'm trying to tell you about, right? And you're gonna tell me don't call. Like, what? That person, if that person was black, they would have still had a job. They would have been fired. And that would have just been it. That whole situation was terrible. The whole situation was terrible. I can't believe it because Sharon Osbourne is just that. Her apology was bull crap. She did not apologize to Sherryl. She needs to apologize to Sherryl. No apology will do for that. No ma'am, only change behavior. And you can't change because you are damn near 100 years old and you white and you're racist. So you won't be changing anything. So what needs to change is just your paycheck. You need to be fired, period. That's all I got. Like, some of y'all just need a slap in the face. I promise you, I'm this close. Honestly, at this point, I'm kind of glad that we've been social distancing and I ain't been around a lot of people. Because if last time I dealt with a racist white person in person was at the movie theater and he was talking to this white, he was talking to a white man was talking crazy to the black attendant. It was with a black woman. And I was like, girl, you ain't, and then the girl looked like she was like 19 or 20. I was like, you're not gonna disrespect her like that. You're not gonna talk to her crazy like this while I'm standing right here. It won't be happening. Absolutely not. He was like, well, who are you? Somebody about to knock your ass out if you don't get your mouth together, because I'm about to help you find it real quick. I don't have time. I have zero patience. I just have zero patience. So yeah, girl, that's what that's giving. What else is going on? I'm looking at my list. Honey, I done dragged everything. Oh, Drake gave a cute little shout out to Bow Wow. I thought that was really nice to say that Bow Wow was, kind of influential to him. And if it wasn't for him, he wouldn't be here. I was like, oh, that's so cute. Maybe Drake was inspired and all the other stuff. Yeah, light skin love. We love to see it. What else was going on? Trey Songz spitting on them two women's mouths in the middle of the pandemic. I don't get it. Trey Songz, no ma'am. No ma'am. He fine, but no ma'am. Not no pandemic. Maybe later, but not no pandemic. I think that's the issue. Like, pandemic, no pandemic. But that's all I got for y'all in this Kingery's video, girl. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I hope y'all got all the things y'all needed, because, girl, I did a talk-a-thon. So, y'all, let me know what you feel about all the topics and stuff. Sound off in the comments, and I'll talk y'all later tonight. Bye.